Well, hello everybody. This is Gil, and I'm blessed to be here. I'm a bit of a note-taking freak, so I've got some notes over here. On the first question, it's all about the three areas or things that I'm most excited to learn, and that would really be how to tap into my most authentic and vulnerable self in order to help empower, connect with, empower, and inspire people. The second thing, as I look at my notes here, would be to how to manage and harness and also deal with fear that may show up in a setting in terms of speaking, and actually become more courageous in speaking where I need to, including environments that might be hostile and that there might be some other adversity that I'm facing, which is a very real thing right now because I'm dealing with activist type activities of a deeply personal nature and an emotional nature. So that's actually a very important thing. Another thing would be ultimately in a lot of different endeavors as far as speaking, which is really how to capitalize on these newfound abilities in terms of managing my fear and dealing with tapping into my vulnerability and all of that and my authenticity in such a way that financially it's more remunerative and it enables me to serve even more. That's really the cycle, the wheel of exchange here. Another thing, as we move into the areas I need the most support, as I mentioned, I am an activist. I've had to be an activist by just the way things have happened in my life, and specifically related to some personal issues. So, in terms of support, it might be in the area of what are my rights as far as freedom of speech, what are the protections I have under the Constitution, and some things of a legal nature, because those are very important in considerations in terms of some of the areas I'm having to communicate into and the subjects I'm having to talk about. So, probably support in that regard. And as I look at my notes again, leveraging the power of my voice in various settings. I do a great job. Not that I don't have room for improvement, but I do a great job of leveraging that. In some other scenarios, there are challenges. So there's a few things for me to adjust and learn and grow. So in terms of support, it would be leveraging my voice, a la the great activists of our day, past and present, to be a champion for different causes that I feel need to be addressed, some of which are deeply personal nature. And as I look here, the idea here is to connect, grab a little piece of those great speakers. And of course, we're talking about Lisa Nichols here, putting together this amazing program. I want to grab what I can from her, and then looking back at the great activists, the orators, the speakers, the impactful leaders, the people who have the great ability to express themselves. I want to be able to connect to those. So that's where I need support. Activism and how to speak more from that side of things in a way that impacts and creates change. And then I need support in expressing my emotions at times. That's a very important thing for me to do. And also to deal with how to best manage and harness the power of those emotions so that I can actually create more impacts. And even in stressful, as I look at my notes here, stressful and pressure situations, and as I mentioned, injustice. This is a real son of a gun, this whole injustice side of things that adds a whole other angle to some of the stuff that I know I need to speak up about and talk about. And so support in the area of dealing with that, where you're not a welcome speaker. Not everyone's not out there looking at you and idolizing or giving you adulation. You're speaking to areas necessarily where there's danger, there's personal risk. You're running into and against certain forces that are not for you, that are unjust, that are inhumane. Anyway, a lot more to talk about, but that'll be at another time. And my commitment is to stay in this program with full conviction, to bring about change and to enable myself to serve even more, because that's really what it's all about: to serve even more, to grow, to impact, to inspire, to lend a helping hand, to create a more greater humanity. How's that? So thank you, and God bless you, and please, peace to all of you who've been watching, and I'll see you later in the program. So thank you again. Bye for now.